Mistakes to success. I might have titled this like that because there's something else in what I'm about to talk about today. But we'll see what happens, see what progresses out of today. After you make a fool of yourself a few hundred times, you learn what works. Kia ora, Gilbert. Welcome to my broadcast today. And thanks, my darling, for being my moderator again. Hold on. Just close the door. Kia ora, Scott. Welcome. One of our mates made a bit of a boo-boo not long ago, but hey, he's only human. But I have shown people how to keep their chat, bring their chat out and put it up next to them so that they can read. And it only takes those 3 dots. Click on it and pop the chat out. Then you can read or talk all you like as long as you can see your chat. And make sure you're not muted. I hope you can hear me. Mistakes to success. So instead of complaining about the problem and blaming others, start finding the solution. Why not? Unless you just want to sit back and make everybody else find the solution for you. Then we know what type of person you are. Make mistakes to become successful. Successful mistakes. Sounds like an oxymoron, eh? Doesn't it? We all make mistakes. I shoulda, or if only I did. If I move over here, I'll get a flashing in my computer. Yep. Oh, which 3 dots? The ones on the left. Yes. G'day, Brian. Welcome. Yes, those 3 dots that are up the top there on your chat. When you're broadcasting, if you broadcast just before you go to broadcast, pop your chat out and just put it beside you. You can have it sitting there. Just shrink your main window down that you're looking at yourself, thinking you're so pretty. and just have that sitting in the middle. And then you'll be able to, you know, talk to people as they come on. Like I could see everybody coming on in my chat, as well as talk about my subject. No good looking at yourself because you already know what you look like. Unless you changed over the last few minutes.
When I click that, it asks for APP.
Not when you bring up your hang on. I'll just share my screen and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, but when you're in this area here, and I always have this set up like that, like this. So you see my chat, I've popped it out. I'll put it back in, I'll close it. And it'll end up back here. See? But when your screen is like this, hit those three buttons up the top here. Click them and hit this. Pop out chat. Bingo, now it's sitting here. So you can move it. And this is all I do. I just sit it. I sit it actually over here. I had it down here, but I keep looking down all the time. But I just sit it over here and then I just talk. And that's how I use my chat. All good? Okay, so now press the, oh, hang on. Damn, I forgot to share, didn't I? Oh, my mistake. I'll do it again. This is what I mean. When you bring up your live chat, you hit that, you bring up this, and then your live chat sits here, or your live sits here. Then you know you have to mute it. Go over here. There's three dots. Hit them. Pop out chat. Bingo. And then I just leave my chat sitting there so I can see everybody coming on. Can you see that? Cool. Cool.
Tio Kotais just joined us.
Kia ora, Tio Kotai. Welcome to my livey. Hope you're enjoying your website. I finished her website last night. And Tio Kotai took the reins of it last night as well. Okay. So as long as you know you can do that, you can have anything just like your main window just sitting here. And that's what I do. I just sit it beside there, but I'll stop sharing now. So
Smart fella.
Well, I've shown this to that many people. It's just so simple.
Okay, got it. Oh, Lucy's on too.
Kia ora, Lucy. Gee.
Mickey, brother.
Okay, so that's how you use the chat, so that you don't get so that you don't lose who turns up or yeah, and you just keep in touch with them, and you don't miss out on any messages like you're muted, I can't hear you, or things like that, or check the blog and things, you know. But that's just a mistake to success.
Not even I'm getting flashing.
Yeah, it's coming from here. Oh, we all make mistakes. Yeah, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda, I didda. Maybe it's just me, or it's just not, or I'm just not getting it. Maybe if I just watched and not say anything, maybe I just sit back and just wait till I retire, and yeah, everything will be fine then, eh? Maybe. Maybe I'll just manage to get through till, yeah, and just get through the day, every day by day, just maybe. Maybe if I don't say nothing, I won't make any mistakes, and I won't get blamed for anything. But will I climb the ladder? Maybe.
You too.
But don't a lot of who you are come down to some of your upbringing? And note, I only just said some of your upbringing. Doesn't it come down to, you know, how you were brought up, who you were when you were brought up, or or what you had when you were brought up, or doesn't a lot of that come from how you were brought up, and how successful you're going to be when you get older? We don't know these things. A lot changes when, you know, when you're young, and then, you know, your teenage years, where your tolerance of listening is listening to adults is pretty rebellious sometimes. You know, with a lot of teenagers are pretty rebellious now because they're not getting the discipline that they should have. Kia ora, Serena. So a lot of the mistakes that we made as teenagers growing up was who we chose to hang around with. Were they successful people that you chose to hang around with? Or are they down and outers and doing nothing right now? I know a few of the people that I hung around with. One is now a professor in Hawaii. I went to school with him. Other guys that I hung around with were prison wardens. People that I worked with were pretty successful in their sport, like rugby and softball. And those are the Buck Shalfords and the Sorensens. So, you know, a lot of people in your lives. Why don't you utilize them to help you grow this business? This is where a lot of right and wrong decisions can be made as teenagers. And we all make mistakes when trying new things. We all made that decision when we chose what path we went down or wanted to go down. My decisions are mine, and your decisions were someone else. I mean, nah, just kidding. Your decisions were your own. You chose the path that you went down, and same, vice versa. I chose the path that I went down. I made a lot of silly mistakes. And a few of those were in not staying in jobs that for longer than 4 years. You know, at one stage, I was changing jobs every 4 years. I don't know why. And a lot of people say, unless you're happy in your job, you won't stay. Now, the longest jobs that I stayed in were both driving jobs. I spent 10 years as a courier driving. That was awesome fun and met a lot of people. And the next job that I stayed in was driving trucks and loved that as well. Was I successful in those jobs? No. That was my choice. I had one big accident while I was driving trucks, but one big accident in 14 years of driving trucks. I was still a successful truckie. Am I successful in money? No. Am I successful as a great with a great driving record? Yes. Am I successful in the people I met and the friends I made? Big time? Yes.
Gilbert's been 35 years on the road. Wow.
Trucking, Gilbert. I mean, it's fun trucking. It's fun. You enjoy it. You just don't enjoy the people that like to play stupid games with you on the road. That's all. But otherwise, trucking is awesome. You're out there. You're not stuck in the office and you're your own boss. You're on the road doing nothing, the same as couriering. You're your own boss. You're out there on the roads doing what you want to do. Run around and meet people. But does that make you successful in money? Well, it's up to you, really. The amount of people I met while I was couriering was huge. And what made it even more bigger and meeting people while I was couriering was I was right into my rugby, which is New Zealand's national sport, rugby union. But I was right into my rugby. So not only was I sport, I was fit as well as a courier. I enjoyed my rugby and I enjoyed meeting people. Not only meeting and playing with them, but you end up having a few drinks after a game. And you know, most of those people I still know, but haven't seen a few of them around for quite a while now since I left New Zealand and went to Aussie and come back. So a lot of my mates have sort of disappeared into the woodworks. Large vans towing trailers at times. Own a wholesale business. Oh, your own wholesale business. Sure. So the amount of people that you know can be added into your friends as what everybody's been talking about making your list, asking your 50 and asking your other 50 and gaining a list on Facebook. There are tons of ways of finding out how many people, or finding all the people you do know. But for me, financially successful, no, I'm not. If I could turn all of those people that I've met over the years into financial success, then I will have achieved turning the mistakes into success, and that'd be a true accomplishment. I should move this chat over to the middle because I keep looking at the chat. It would be a true accomplishment if I turn all the people that I know into success. And this is still achievable too. This is an achievable. I still walking, talking, and because I'm still walking, talking, and breathing, it's still achievable. So, but we just have to figure out how we can utilize our government to do this. But what a mammoth task it is for just myself trying to do that. We'd be multimillionaires. Well, we actually are, but only in TBC. But see, I want to stop saying if. When we turn our government into using TBC as our currency, that millionaire status will be us, full stop. But it's just a mammoth task, and I can't do it by myself. Nah, they're free. Moderators are free now. Making me broke. Or just drink a whiskey too, Serene's for that. And where was I? Mammoth task, mistakes. I need a hand. I really do need a hand. If I'm to try and persuade the government into using TBC as our currency. I'm just one voice, but and it's not just New Zealand too. It can be anybody else's country, and if we can help everybody with our voices to turn other governments into using TBC as a currency, then why aren't we ganging together and trying to do this? Why are we just going out and picking people?
Bitcoin's got to sit, Joe, they don't want you to be millionaire, they want us to be the slave.
And I don't want to be a slave. Thanks, Scotty, for that. But yeah, I know what you're saying. There's no way I'm going to be a slave anymore. I've done the yakka. Now it's my turn. So this will mean gaining support from virtually half, or maybe more. You marry into my family, you marry half of New Zealand. Already got half of New Zealand. Marry into so those that are not in my family, they have to be mates. So that's probably about 3/4 of New Zealand. So how do I utilize them? Thinking. Just maybe I need to find someone who is willing to exploit this further and willing to help me do the legwork in troubleshooting this. I did watch a video with someone who is working in the poverty sector, and his father was the late Jock Hobbs. He's an All Black captain, and he was the New Zealand All Black head of the rugby. And his son is working in Kenya with issues on poverty in Africa and trying to get funding to build a school over there. And his name is Michael Hobbs. So if anybody knows him, send him our way. Or I can just try and get in touch with him. Or we can all try and get in touch with them. Because if he's working in poverty and his father's got that state, and his father has got a big status in New Zealand, maybe we could utilize him. I know his father passed away. That's why I said the late Jock Hobbs. OMG.
OMG, yeah, okay.
But if you know anyone who is on the same mission as us and living in New Zealand and working with like people that are in Salvo, people that are working in the soup kitchens, people that are giving away or what is it, the food grants and the food boxes, people that are doing that sort of stuff, and those are the other people that can help us in this cause, because this is for poverty. And you only have to tell them that we are not charity, we are the charity, but you have to help us turn this into a currency so that it can be. People who are doing charity work, we only have to show them, explain to them that this is not MLM, it's far greater than that. And we just need to figure out our approach to changing the currency of that country that we live in as well. So we need to help those people that, if we just need to find people that are in the charity industry that can help TBC do this with us. We can figure out a way, but it's just up to us. We have to show them. So we have to teach them. So you have to do your part as well, and then some. I think a lot of people, you ask, why are you just sitting back and waiting? Well, you're just sitting back and waiting for other people to do the to be your guinea pigs. Which means people or things used as a subject for experiments, which is what New Zealand has been used as for years by Australia. Australia has been using New Zealand as a guinea pig for them to test things. About time New Zealand turned it around and started using the testing on Australia. Especially when they don't know what kangaroo means. Anybody in here? I asked that question the other day. Did anybody get the answer to what does kangaroo mean in Aborigine? Nobody?
Oh, give them 5. We'll give you time.
Yeah, I'll give you time. So we've got to do our part, or you got to do your part too. Make a mistake to succeed. The best things aren't perfectly constructed. They aren't illusions. They aren't larger than life. They are life. If you envy successful people, you create a negative force field of attraction. That repels you from ever doing the things that you need to be successful or need to do to be successful. Sorry. If you admire successful people, you create a positive force field of attraction that draws you towards becoming and more like the kind of people that you want to be like. So, if you envy negative people, or if you envy successful people, if you envy successful people, you create.
Well done, Gilbert.
Yes, Gilbert. Perfect answer. That's what kangaroo means in Aborigine. I don't know.
I just said to him, well done, Gilbert.
Look at that, I don't know, hopping over there.
Yeah.
So if you admire successful people, you create a positive force field of attraction. So if you envy successful people, you create a negative force field of attraction. Again, if you admire successful people, you create a positive force field of attraction. This can be our mistake to success. What was that again? If you envy successful people, you create a negative force field of attraction. If you admire successful people, you create a positive force field of attraction.
That's a good word I used to work with.
Oh, I didn't need to Google that. I actually got told that on a bus. Bigfoot. Yeah, not. Yeah, no, I actually got told that on a bus over in Aussie. I was sitting next to an Aborigine, and he looked at me and goes, "Do you know what kangaroo means?" And I went, "I don't know." And he looked at me and he went, "You're right." I went, "What do you mean I'm right?" He says, "That's what it means." I don't know. I went, "Sure." So yeah, it means I don't know, because what Captain Cook did when he discovered, he landed in, I think it was Perth or around that area, and they pointed at well, what we know as a kangaroo, and he said, "What is that?" And then the Aborigine said, "Kangaroo," which means I don't know. We just eat it. Anyway, all I need is to get some people together so we can really think tank this and figure out a way of how we can get into our governments. And that's not just New Zealand, it's just virtually everybody's government around the world. We need to be able to thrash this out and figure out how we can get them to change that currency into TBC currency. And if we can do that, the world's our oyster. So let's make a mistake into success. But we need everybody doing this. We need everybody. Everybody has to have the same plan. We have to be on the same wavelength. We can't be all over the show and you do this, you do that, you do that. No, we need to have the same plan, and we need to be able to nut it out. And yeah, if we want to use New Zealand as a guinea pig, no problem. I know half of New Zealand, because when you marry into my family, you marry half of New Zealand. Anyway, people, thank you very much for being on my chat or my broadcast today. I've got some websites to muck around with, and still waiting for Lucy's stuff and Serene's. Anyway, people, on behalf of my wife Sandy and I, and Tio Kotai for being my as my moderator as well, we'd like
Gilbert, we'll be approaching a foot retailer.
Food. A foot retailer looks a little more like food retailer.
Sorry, my bad.
Car and motor home dealer soon as selling in my area. Woohoo! Awesome stuff.
Wow.
Thank you, Brian. I'm just going to go through all the names. Oh, I already know them all. Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Tio Kotai. Thank you, Serene and Lucy and Brian for being on my broadcast today. Awesome. But yeah, we need to get together, eh, Gilbert and Lucy, and with Jules and Serene's. We need to really nut out something over here in New Zealand to try and figure out how we can change things, how we can use TBC as our currency. But we need to not be able to go into it too far. We have to find a way that how they can use it to govern it as well, because you have everybody with that much money, we'll have no one working. So what they need to do is probably put a 20-year plan. You have to work for 20 years and then you can retire. Something like that. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Well, people, thank you all for being on my broadcast today. Have a very good afternoon, evening, morning, day. It's persisting down outside, and it has been for the last couple of days now. So yeah, can't get out and see, can't get out and do too much. Easier just to use Facebook and the phone. Kia ora, people. Thank you all for turning up on my broadcast today, and my name is Joseph Stevens. My wife is Sandy Stevens, my moderator as well. I'd just like to say thank you very much. If you need any information, you need to contact me. need a website built, contact me on Facebook and I will help you. And it doesn't matter what sort of website you want. I don't do porn, though, sorry. That's the only site I don't do. They're naughty sites.
No, you don't want things to cover everybody's love your music, let's go to the island. Right, let's go.
Bukana. Ka kite anō. Stay safe. Have a great day, morning, noon, or night. My name is Joseph Stevens. Ka kite anō. See ya, peoples. Take care. No, you don't want them to govern anybody. Again, everybody not going to be a millionaire.
Split one spot means all that.